Left your ass, huh? Oh, the chicken had you ass, huh?
Hi guys. All right, so welcome for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in with Life with Ro. So today I'm going to discuss my experience at Mia Aesthetics. So first, not that well of communication with them. Everything was good all the way until the end. I couldn't contact anybody. I wanted to add a procedure. Nobody would contact me back, so I started to get scared. That's what happened. So anyway, if you are thinking about going there, I just want to give everybody a heads up. I want to give people a heads up on what I wish I would have known before I went there. And I've watched plenty of YouTube channels. I did plenty of research, and nobody ever gave it raw and uncut. I'll give it to you. So anyway, if I wasn't getting a tummy tuck, if I wasn't getting a BBL, I thought that it wasn't really that extensive at the time when I chose to get the procedure compared to like a tummy tuck. I did take care of a girlfriend of mine who had a tummy tuck, and I'm thinking that that's like way more severe than a BBL. However, a BBL is a lot as well for myself. So first, what happens is I got on the plane. We actually did not stay, as in me and my best friend, we did not stay in a recovery home. We chose to do an Airbnb. So we did stay there, which you would have seen in the previous video. I showed my journey. And again, you guys, that was my first YouTube video. So, you know, I think I did a pretty good job. Anyways, so yeah, you'll see that we stayed in the Airbnb. So what happened is first we flew in. Our surgery was on the 29th. We flew in on the 27th. So Mia Aesthetics called you the day before for your pre-op appointment. So while we were on the flight, of course, once we landed, I had a voicemail stating that my appointment would be at 10 o'clock the next day, which was the 28th. So we got there, did our thing, hung out. On the 28th, went ahead and went to our appointment. I believe hers was at 12, mine was at 10. Immediately, I already had kind of bad vibes with them before I even got there, just because of the communication was non-existing. But when I got there, when I pulled up, it just reminded me of a free abortion clinic. Like literally, when I pulled up, I just got that vibe. Like, what is happening? It wasn't a whole bunch of people out, but I just got that vibe when I went in the inside. So what you do first, you go in, there's somebody at the bottom. I don't know if this is the procedure all the time. However, this is what they was doing when I went, because it was COVID. So they have you go upstairs. You go upstairs, you give your information, you sit down, you fill out this packet of information. I waited maybe 30 minutes. They called me to the back. A lady took pictures of me. She gave me my faja, which I did purchase, stage 1, stage 2 foams and boards ahead of time. So she fitted me for my stage 1. However, I am 100. At the time, I was 170 pounds. They gave me a 2X faja. I'll get to that later. They gave me a 2X faja, said that it's a low compression faja. So she said that it needs to be loose. Okay, I'm trusting in with that. Come to find out, it was too big, but we'll get to that. I got my 2 soaps, which you seen in my previous video. The one that I would wash before I go into surgery, and the ones that I would use afterwards. So I did receive that. I received the bag. I received my BBL pillow and some paperwork. You move on down the line. So it's kind of like an assembly line. That's what it reminded me of. So it's a whole bunch of girls. It's a whole bunch of girls in the lobby, and they just go one by one by one by one. And it's just like an assembly line. That's what it reminded me of. So anyway, so they moved me out. The next thing would have been pay. So not to pay. So basically to clear up your balance if you have a balance, or if you want to purchase anything else. Mind you, this blew my mind because, however, I did do a consultation in California, where I'm from, prior to me going there, and the doctor that I did the consultation to did not do business like this. So this just blew my mind. However, let me just throw that in there. So anyway, you finish off paying your bill. If you haven't, if you did, you could purchase other stuff like CBD oil or Whatever. Right, so I get out of there. I go back in the car, waiting on my BFF or whatever, because she was next or whatever. So they said that they will call. My appointment was no. They said that they'll call me by 5 p.m. that day. So by close of business that day, they will contact me and they will let me know when my surgery is going to be for the following day. So we leave, go do our thing. Maybe by 3 o'clock that day after we left, they contacted me, let me know that my surgery was scheduled for 6 o'clock in the morning. Perfect. Do not eat anything between 8 and 10 hours of that time frame. Perfect. I figured mine was going to be short because I figured they go by last name. Mine is with a C. So I figured it was going to be first. I wanted to be early. All right, so cool. So I'm already nervous because of the whole situation. But okay, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to pray. Have my mom pray for me. My girlfriend pray for me. Everything. So my babe, he had already got there early. No, after we left the post-op appointment, I go get him from the airport because he's going to be the one that's going to care for us while we were down, and also take us and pick us up. So, you know, we finish off that day. I mean, the rest of the day. The next morning comes. They're like, you need to be here at 5 o'clock. I'm thinking I need to be there earlier. That wasn't the case. I mean, I'm sorry. I need to be there at 6. My appointment's at 6. So I get up at maybe like 4:15. Take a shower with the soap that they provided. They tell you to just wear a dress and your robe, socks, and some slippers to your appointment. So that's what I got dressed up in. Got to my appointment, checked in. They called me to the back within maybe 20 minutes. Mind you, my appointment was at 6. I waited back there for 2 hours. I didn't go to the back of my surgery until 9. My best friend appointment was at 10, I believe. So she was already back at the surgery center before I even went to the back. I met with Dr. Pasusi for the first time, mind you. I'm thinking when we was going to do our post-op appointment that I was going to be able to meet him. He was going to mark me up. We was going to discuss, gain a rapport. None of that. All I met was the lady. I don't know if she was a nurse or whatever she was, but that's who I met. And she took my pictures and sent me on down the assembly line. Anywho, fast forward back to the surgery day. So Dr. Pasusi came in. He took some pictures, had me go around. He marked me up. Then he asked me what did I want. He's a good doctor, I must say, because everything that I wanted, he had already had it marked. So as you guys can see that I'm not that big. I'm a small woman. Not that big at all. I did have a pudgy stomach. I did kind of already have like a little bump back here, so I just wanted to lift up my hips and put a little bit more in the back. So he did great with that anyway, and that's what he said he was gonna do before I even told him what I wanted to do. So he's good with that. It's just the service is crazy, but anyway, so he came, talked to me for maybe, I would say, like 15 minutes. The anesthesiologist came in. They took my blood pressure. They gave me a pregnancy test. My blood pressure was high, so I was nervous about that. Prior to us getting there, the anesthesiologist said that they will go ahead and be able to do my surgery. It's not high to the point where he feels like they need to cancel it. So I was happy about that, but I still was kind of concerned because these people I wasn't trusting them at the time. So I'm still going on faith. So the anesthesiologist said that it was okay for me to go ahead to let him perform my surgery. I will be fine. Just when I get home to make sure that I check on myself and be cool, because a lot of African Americans do have high blood pressure and they just let it go, and next thing you know they did. So I waited again. My appointment was at 6, and I want to say that I went back there at about 8:39 or something like that. So when I went back, it was the craziest thing. So when I went to the back, it's like a room here, 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 and it's bitches just laid out on the getting their surgeries done, and you walking through like to your room. It's the craziest thing I ever seen in my fucking life. Anyway, so I go back there, your head out like that, and then the anesthesiologist came. I never seen Dr. Fasucci ever again until the next day when I came for my post-op appointment. I never seen him walk into the OR. I never heard his voice. I don't even know if he the one who did my surgery. So I don't know. So the next thing I know, the anesthesiologist was in there. There were several people in there. I'll say like 5 or 6 people in there. Yeah, it was like I was being executed. Like when they give you lethal injection, that's exactly what I felt like. The next time I woke up, I don't remember being in a waiting room. I mean, a recovery room. I don't remember them waiting for me to wake up with other people on the side of me. I don't remember any of that. Quiet as it's kept, I think that they rolled me out of surgery, put me in a chair, and rolled me to my man. Like, that's what I feel like. There wasn't no back. I have had surgery once before, and I was in the recovery room waiting for him to come back there and get me. And they wasn't letting me go until I was conscious, and that wasn't the case there. So rolled me out, threw me in the back of the van, and he drove me back to where we were staying. Unfortunately, where we were staying was across the street from where Donald Trump's hotel is, and he was actually there during that time, and he was leaving, so we were stuck at a light for like 45 minutes or so before we can actually even get to our room. So it was super hot. It's Florida weather. The air was on, of course. I'm laid in the back of the van, going in and out, so I wasn't even affected at all. Because the air was on and I was laying on my stomach, so I felt okay. However, when we pulled up, he was trying to get me out the back, and then I passed out. So I don't remember what happened there. He said that I was out maybe 1-2 minutes or whatever. Nobody would really try to help him because I guess the law, you can't really touch people, plus it's COVID. I get it. But yeah, when they said they was about to call the ambulance, I end up getting up. So I got up, he walked me to where we were staying, walked me to my room. I laid down. I just ate fruit, my medicine, tried to drink as much water as possible, but I just couldn't get up and walk. It was the worst experience ever. It was smelly. Nobody even on any of these videos ever said how smelly it is. Sorry, I need some water. So nobody said the blood smells like, I never witnessed a dead body, but I would assume that that's what it smells like. And you cannot take a bath, you cannot shower, you can't use wipes to wipe yourself up, but you're completely bloody. The next day, we go in to do our massages. The massages that you pay for, they're only like 15-20 minutes. The massage therapist is not getting everything out, so I would definitely highly recommend that y'all go with Drains with Steph. My girlfriend, she just got her surgery and her body is banging, and she go get her massages every day. So I definitely wish that somebody would have recommended that to me. I paid for 3. I got my surgery on Thursday. I got a massage on Friday. And they didn't schedule me again for my second one until Monday. I believe with the faja being too big, as well as them scheduling my massages so far apart, I had a whole bunch of fluid. I was like out to here. My stomach was bigger than it was before I went to surgery. It turned hard. I was super scared. I went into the doctor. Went back into me aesthetics. They said everything is okay. Some people just get hard. It's just like that. I knew that. I felt like something was wrong. I've done 1 cavitation. And so that's my next thing. Cavitations are going to be done once a week from here on out. Like I said, I am at 7 weeks. And I just want to give y'all my experience at Mia. So yeah, with my swelling, contacted them. I have a lot of bruising. It was dark. I'm dark, so I didn't know if it was bruising. I was concerned because I was so swollen and I could move my body and all the fluid would move over. I definitely thought that something was definitely wrong. And they reassured me. I know I will end up going back there. Even the massage therapist, she's like, "You're so hard." I'm like, "Okay, so what are you gonna do about it? Like, is that okay?" So since they didn't want to really, she barely spoke English anyway. So I just let that go. And then the day that I was leaving, no, the day before that I was leaving, I took pictures, sent it up to me aesthetic. They was like, well, you need to come down. We just want to make sure that everything is okay. So once they checked me, they said everything was okay. My file has the right size. So of course, your second stage is they give you a size down. So they gave me an extra large. I had a 2X for my first stage. Second stage was an extra large, which is for women that's 190 pounds. Still the wrong size, but I didn't find out none of that until I got back home. I definitely would not recommend them to anyone. I get back home, I'm super hard, and I go get my massage. My massage lady is like, I've never seen nothing like this before. To another lady, and she specializes in African Americans, and she's like, I have seen this before. So that made me feel better, so I continue to go to her. She did cavitation 3 days ago. My stomach has definitely got a lot softer than it was. It's still hard, but I can see a definite difference. And then I'm gonna show y'all, my results or whatever. I just want to tell you guys about my experience, and be careful. If you decide to go to Mia Aesthetics, they got so many people running in and out of there. I just feel like it's just a money grab. And they just doing whatever they can and booking bitches and throwing them out. Like, don't go there. If you just want to go there with hopes that you may make it out and you want to play with your life, book them. Anyways, so I will let you guys know what my results are. I'll show you in just a second. Okay, so this is my body 7 weeks post-op. I think it looks a hot mess. Everybody says to trust the process. But like I said, I have been watching videos for the last 9 months, and I haven't seen no video with nobody saying they is 7 weeks post-op and they look like this. I don't know. To me, it's not worth it. This is what the fuck I look like after 6 weeks, and good luck on your journey. Leave your questions and your comments behind. I'm totally real, raw and uncut. I will answer everything you need to know.